Make f the subject of the relations. The fraction d over j plus f equals the fraction j over d minus f, right? So that's our question for the day. Let's quickly solve it. So this is a practical question in mathematics, change of subject, right? So with questions like this, right, what you have to do is you have to cross multiply, right? So you cross multiply by multiplying the denominator on your right hand side, which is d minus f, by the numerator on your left hand side, which is d, right? And also you multiply the denominator on your left hand side, which is j plus f, by the numerator on your right hand side, which is j, right? So we are going to have our new equation to be d multiplying all in brackets d minus f equals j multiplying all in bracket j plus f, right? So we afterwards we expand, right? So d multiplying d will give us d square, d multiplying f will give us df, right? J multiplying j will give us j square, plus j multiplying positive f will give us positive jf, right? So we are going to have d square minus df equals j square plus jf, right? And we have to make f the subject of the relations, right? So that means we have to move negative df to where positive jf is, because they have like terms, right? And so we group like terms. So those with like terms will be grouped at one side, and those with unlike terms at the other end of the equation. So we maintain this square, right? And j square is a positive number, and it does not have the variable f in it, so we have to move it to the left hand side of the equation. So because it's a positive number and it crosses the equal to sign, it will change its form to become a negative number. So we are going to have d square minus j square, right? Whenever a number crosses the equal to sign, it changes its form. So if it's a positive number that crosses the equal to sign, it will change its form to become a negative number. If it's a negative number that crosses a that crosses an equal to sign, it to change its form to become a positive number. So that's how come we have d square minus j square equals jf, we maintain jf, positive jf, right? And plus df because df initially was a negative number, negative df, and it crossed the equal to sign to become a positive number, because when it crosses the equal to sign, it will change its form, right? So it changed its form to become a positive number. That's how come we have positive df, right? So we have our new equation to be d square minus j square equals jf plus df, right? And we were tasked, based on the preamble of our question, we were tasked to make f the subject of the relations, right? So that means we have to factor out f, right? And in doing so, we have to bring f out. So we are going to have f, right, being factored out here on the right hand side of the equation, right? And what variable can multiply f for us to get gf? And the only variable you can have in this word is g, right? So we have fg, right? And what variable can multiply positive df for us to get positive f for us to get positive df, and that variable is positive d, right? So on our right hand side of the equation, we have f factored out, multiplying all in bracket j plus d, right? And also when we come to our left hand side of the equation, we had the we had our equation here at the left hand side of of matters to be d squared minus j squared, right? So that means d squared minus j squared, that means we are going to find a number of variables that can multiply for us to get d squared. It can multiply for us to get a negative j square also, right? So when you take all in bracket d plus j multiplying d minus j, right? D multiplying d will give us d square, right? D multiplying negative j will give us negative dj, right? Positive j here, okay, multiplying positive d will give us positive dg, okay, and positive j multiplying negative j, okay, will give us negative j square, right? So we have our equation to be d square minus dj plus dj minus j square, right? So d square minus dj plus dj minus j square, okay, minus dj plus dj will cancel itself out, leaving d square minus j square. So that's how come we have this equation as this equation representing d square minus j square, right? So you can take a piece of paper and solve it as I explained it earlier on, right? And you'll be able to understand why d square minus j square became all in bracket d plus j multiplying all in bracket d minus j, right? So here we factored out f, right? But f is not independent. F is dependent on all in bracket j plus d here, right? So what we have to do is we have to cancel out the equation by j plus d all in brackets, okay, for f to become independent, because it is currently dependent on all in bracket j plus d, right? So whatever you do for the right hand side of the equation, you do same for the left hand side of the equation. So we are going to have our new equation to be the fraction all in bracket d plus j multiplying d minus j over j plus d equals the fraction f multiplying j plus d all in bracket over j plus d all in bracket. So j plus d will cancel itself out. J plus d will cancel itself out for f to stand on its own. When we come to this side, j plus d will cancel itself out. D plus j is the same as j plus d. It will also cancel itself out for us to get only d minus j. Therefore, f, right, would be d minus j. So there's the cancellations we did, right? So therefore, f equals or in bracket d minus j, and therefore f equals d minus j as our final answer. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Kindly do well to subscribe for more. Thank you. Bye.